Two to see. Okay, we're live. All right, what's up, guys? Welcome to Four Segas and an Izzy. Just a random podcast with a bunch of YouTubers here in the community. So I'm just gonna pass the mic to everybody else, so each one of you guys could introduce yourself. So go ahead.
Hey guys, it's Vampire Mike from SegaCDUniverse.com.
It's the same intro every time.
Like nobody's ever heard that, like every video.
What's up, guys? It's the Sega Saturn guy from PennIsland.com.
Sweet.
Zombie Boy?
Oh, so it's Bob. I can't do it. That's, like the inside of the mouth is like inside my mouth, so it's like pressing on the whole time.
It sounds like a personal problem.
Yeah, it is. That's what she said. No, hey, this is Keith. I'm from Facebook. Since I don't have an official page, I can plug.
Kamikaze Productions.
Yeah, but I've never gotten the I have the domain. I just don't have a place to store crap on. What do you call that? The server, or what do you call it? So yeah, there you go.
Best for last.
Thanks, Mike. I'm Lewis Clark, aka Sonic Yoda. I run a website called Sega Driven, and got a YouTube channel. Good job, man.
With probably the coolest opening song on YouTube.
Yeah, the
thanks.
best. I love it. I crack up every time I hear it.
It's the Sega Gaga March from the Japanese exclusive Sega Gaga. There's a rock version on an album called Sega Rock, and they basically got like an in-house band to re-record a load of Sega songs with a rock band, and so they do like Go-Go Sega Rally and stuff. But I just love that Sega Gaga March just because it's proper stupid.
It's good. Actually,
All right. So what you guys want to talk about?
I'm just going to jump into something before I even start, and this is funny to me.
Yeah.
And I met all you guys on YouTube, fairly recently, within the past 6 months or so.
Yeah.
Sega-driven Sonic Yoda. I had been following his website for years. I mean, you've been up for how long now?
Started in December 2008, and before that I was running a Sonic website for like about 5 years. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's so weird now. Who would have thunk it that 4 or 5 years later or whatever it is, I'd be on a podcast with you. I feel like meeting Hulk Hogan,
Technology's come a long way, hasn't it?
Yes.
Speaking of technology, before we go any further, we should probably give a shout out to the NSA, who's probably watching this right now.
Damn.
No politics, please, because me and Keith, you just start screaming, and then everyone else will start getting mad at us. It just won't go good. I know you and I are very like-minded on that political scene, so we'll stay away from that.
I was just messing around, but there you go.
Alright, so what are you guys playing right now? I'm playing Zone of the Enders HD collection.
Oh, cool.
Now, yeah.
I've heard that series is a little straightforward, kind of simplistic. Like it kind of held up then, but it's a little more simplistic now. Is that the case?
Yeah. Well, I mean, the first one is essentially like you have one attack and then like a sub-weapon. So there's not really much to it. But it's just really like simple to play, and the action's really fast-paced, and it's very flashy. And it's a Hideo Kojima, so he's got that style to it. But the first one, like once you complete it, you unlock like a versus mode, which allows you to take control of all the mechs that you encounter throughout the game, which is really good fun. And the second game is like rare as fuck now. I have a copy, but I never really played it properly. So yeah, it's just more of a chance to actually finally give it a go. But yeah, I'm going to play them in order, and I've only just started the first one. So yeah, get around to it. But yeah, that was a nice buy. I think I found it for about £8. Oh wait, what's the?
It's like
$15.
It's like almost
People
double.
can Google it.
It's like $16.
It's probably about $13 or something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Who's up
I
next?
just finished Earthworm Jim on the Genesis yesterday.
Oh.
Oh, good. Well,
It was such a tough game. It was so much more hard than I expected the further you got along in it.
I can't get past level 2.
Submarine stage, man. I hate that stage. Oh.
Yeah. But I'm looking to go on to number 2, but I have to get it first. So.
Cool.
And now I'm playing Call of Duty Road to Victory or something like that I just downloaded on the PSN for the Vita. I got a free download in my Black Ops Declassified, and I never knew about it until today. So.
Oh, cool.
Free games.
Yeah.
Hard to come by.
Backwards over here. It's supposed to be switched. It's not.
And
That
Cody,
paper watch, all that crap behind me, that's all the wife stuff. It's
Cody, you're really dark. I don't know if that's intentional, just so you know.
Yeah, I'm going in blackface because
All right, so you're the Al Jolson of this group.
No, I have like a 40-watt light bulb up here, so.
I gotcha. I'm playing Dead Space. I actually never played it, and I've heard a lot of good things. So a friend of mine bought me a copy out of nowhere, and he's like, "It's my favorite game. You got to play it. You got to play it." I'm enjoying it. I like the survival horror element, but I don't see the big hoopla about the story. I see it more like, spoiler alert, I see it more like, there's a virus outbreak on a ship or whatever, and you're trying to get out. It's okay. I mean, I like it, and I'm also playing Walking Rotor on the Sega Saturn, and I just beat Panzer Dragoon Orta, and I beat Panzer Dragoon 1 with a code. I had to use a code because it was too difficult, and when games get so difficult that they anger me, I tend to shy away from them, but I wanted to play it, so I used an invincibility cheat.
Did you find the back of the strategy guide?
No, yeah. No, I used Game Facts.
Mike, have you picked up Robotica yet? You have to.
I have not. It's like $3 loose on eBay, and I was tempted, and I haven't played it yet. No, I haven't picked it up. I'm waiting to get Burning. I want to get like Burning Rangers and Princess Crown, and there's a couple more like Saturn games I want to get the Japanese versions of. I just ordered Panzer Dragoon Saga on Japanese, so I got three Dirty Dwarves I ordered today.
How much did Panzer Dragoon Saga take back?
I spent $40 with shipping on 1, 2, and 3.
Damn.
But they were Japanese.
Good deal.
So
Yeah,
much.
still pretty good, man.
Yeah, there's this website. They should fucking pay me for saying this. It's akibagames.com, I think, and it's just Japanese place, and they sell all Japanese titles, and it's very, very well priced.
I'm looking into it.
You know, when I made the choice to come back to collecting for the Saturn, it made me sigh because seeing the prices of the games now,
Yeah.
I'm like, Jesus Christ, why am I making this decision?
You did the honorable thing, man.
Extreme close-up.
Just shacking around.
No, I hear you, Cody, man. Like, eBay's just jacked the price up on ridiculous. It's like all the collectors hit eBay now, and it's just so hard to get anything at a decent price. Even like loose cartridges or loose discs and stuff. They
Yeah,
shouldn't
that's
be
why I
charging
find
the
it.
prices that they do, man.
Well, I find it better to go through like retro game sites and things like that because there are people on there that are trying to take it away from eBay and keep the prices normal. I picked up some different Genesis games cheaper that way.
Yeah, that's fucked up when they do shit like that. Where they take things and they jack up the prices crazy.
Yeah, I'm kind of guilty of that, I guess, because I put that Menace Beach box copy that I got on eBay for like $300. So hopefully somebody buys it. And I guess I'll plug it now. If you guys want this game, $200. Or I mean, I'll even take it down to 200. Friends and family price. Trying to get rid of it.
How did you switch your camera around, Keithy?
Oh, I have I was messing with my controls, and it has a setting for mirrored. So evidently with Google Hangout, you have to actually turn on the mirror setting. Otherwise, yeah, I don't know, whatever. But since I'm talking, what I've been playing is today I put in Desert Strike, and so that was kind of fun. I haven't played a Strike game in like years. And then also, what else was I playing today? I was playing Mortal Kombat Arcade on Xbox Live. I got the Goro, and then he handed my butt to me, and I had to leave. So basically, that was the end of that. And then last night I put in Super Outrun on Dreamcast, and I haven't played that in a while, so that was fun. But there's that bunch of vintage crap.
I didn't realize there was an Outrun on Dreamcast.
No, it's not Outrun. Super Runabout. There we go. Super Runabout.
Ah, right. Okay.
Yeah.
And then there was one.
Israel's watching TV. He's like, well, I don't know what's going on.
I'll get into what I've been playing then. I've been playing mostly 2 games. One's Hotline Miami. I don't know if you guys have heard of that game before.
That's the 8-bit looking one, right?
Yeah,
Top-down
it's
thing.
fucking nuts. I'm really digging it because of the style and the whole isometric view, and it's extremely violent. And it looks very violent even for like an 8-bit game, but it's pretty cool. It's one of those games that is challenging, but like once you learn like the patterns of the characters and stuff, you could get through it pretty easily. I'm almost done with that. I think I'm in like chapter 11 or so. It isn't that long of a game, but the difficulty keeps getting jacked up as you progress through the game. But I'm digging it. It's only $10, so I definitely recommend it if you guys are interested in it.
Mm.
And then the other game I've been playing is Animal Crossing on 3DS. And man, is that game a waste of time.
Oh, I love Animal Crossing.
Yeah, it's cool though. It's like one of those games that you could play and just sit back and relax to. But and I haven't been playing it every day. I know it's one of those games that you could play every day and you get like new items in the shop and stuff like that. But I'm digging it. It's the first Animal Crossing that I play myself, so I'm digging it.
It's a cool
It's pretty
game.
cool.
I mean, it's the only game. I mean, no offense, it's the only game that would make me really want to buy a Nintendo console.
Hmm.
And then I found out the Wii U doesn't have an Ethernet port.
It doesn't?
Yeah, it doesn't.
Is it just
What's
Wi-Fi?
needed is the Wii, though. They go through and they make their own LAN adapter that you have to buy. That's how it is with the Wii, anyways.
Yeah, the Wii U as well. And I think that's bullshit. Why isn't
You're
that
pulling an
standard?
Apple to make you buy peripherals.
Yeah, that's weird, man.
I
And,
mean, Nintendo's in last place. You know, they have to try to make their money wherever they can, I guess.
and Sonic Yoda's like, what is this Nintendo you speak of? I only know of Sega.
Well,
I'm basically in the same
Nintendo's
position.
not last place in the UK, so there's that difference.
They're in last place?
No. Like Cody was saying, you know, Nintendo's in last place, so they got to make up for it somehow. But no, like, I mean, I think 360 outsells it, but I think the Wii was definitely like the second biggest selling console this generation.
Oh, wow.
I just don't see how, like, as with this current generation, I still don't see how the PS3 is so high up there because I have a PS3 and it just sits on a shelf. I think I've turned it on once in the past like 4 months just because.
It's my main console actually, so yeah.
Yeah, see, I play the 360 the most.
Well, you have my address, Cody. Just ship it to me. Not a big deal, man.
Well, basically, why I got the PS3 when I was looking to get in the market for a Blu-ray player, I was thinking, man, the Blu-ray players are like $200 as it is, so I might as well just buy the PS3 and get an extra function out of it. So
I think a lot of people thought that route.
People went that route with PS2.
And that's
It was
why
the cheapest
Blu-ray
DVD
won,
player at the
because
time.
Sony slapped it in the PS3, and then everybody's like, oh, look, Blu-ray's selling so much more than HD DVD. If it wasn't for that, then we probably would have had a more realistic format war. But
well, see, it's
it was-
funny. That's funny because I was at the retro game store around here, and they had one of the HD DVD players for the Xbox, and they were selling it for like $3.
Oh, I would have bought
Whoa.
that. I would have bought that.
Yeah, I've been wanting to get
Whoa.
one.
And it's funny because you can get the whole collection of HD DVDs for like $20. So. All right, so I guess we need to move on to the things that matter.
Is Sega going back into the console business?
That matters.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
You know what I
basically-
actually heard? My cousin was telling me earlier today about some news report that he heard about that Sony actually approached Sega to make the console after they had that falling out with Nintendo in the early 90s, and that Sega turned them down. They pretty much laughed in Sony's face, and they were like, oh, you can't make hardware or whatever.
Now look at them.
Damn.
Yeah, really.
That led to the PlayStation 1, wasn't it?
Yeah, and just think of how the landscape of gaming would be now if Sega had linked up with Sony.
Yeah, no, it's
Oh wait,
it's interesting.
Sega with Sony or Sega with
Yeah.
Nintendo?
No, like Sony was going to do that for Nintendo, like
Yeah,
the console adapter for the Super Nintendo.
yeah.
So they had that falling out, and then Sony approached Sega, and Sega rejected their proposal to enter the console market and do like a joint venture.
Oh, I didn't realize that. Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
heard something similar as far as with the Sega with Microsoft because they like Microsoft or Sega supposedly approached one or the other about with the Dreamcast and then Sega after giving them so much information, then they're like, well, we can go and do this ourselves or something like that. I don't know. I was watching something on YouTube, and it made it sound like if it wasn't for the Dreamcast having some that Windows CE on it, Microsoft having that input, then the Xbox may not have even happened. So I don't know.
Yeah,
Huh.
I heard about that too. Yeah.
That's interesting.
Well, here's something that totally different subject, but okay, I ran across this maybe a half hour ago, and it just furthers my opinion that Microsoft is saying "screw you, gamers." And I really feel like that's if you watch the video I did on the next gen or whatever, that's basically the way that I really feel about it. But I came across the new Halo game that's coming out pretty soon. I don't know if you guys have read this as well, but it's only going to be on Verizon. You have to have a Verizon contract and a smartphone with Microsoft 8 on it in order to play the game. So I don't understand Microsoft's route with annexing a completely like giant fan base and just telling them if you don't have Verizon, you're screwed.
Yeah, you're talking about the downloadable game, right, for the Windows Phone?
Yeah, yeah.
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 Yeah, I don't know why they just wouldn't bring that game to iOS too. It's stupid on their part. They would make money on both consoles. They would make so much money on iOS if people saw, a Halo game on there. And the game that I've seen, it looks pretty decent for a
And
mobile
it's
game.
and Halo is like one of their biggest franchises. It's up there in the top three.
Yeah, it is pretty much their biggest, like, first party franchise.
I've lost hope in them.
They seem
Honestly.
to be doing that a lot lately, where they're like, "Oh, we're gonna do this really cool thing," and then they like give these weird, broad, well, not broad, very narrow, excuse me, like, "Oh, well, you need this and this," and it's like, what the fuck, man? Like, it's always a problem. Everything's always a fucking problem nowadays with gaming.
Mhm.
I
Nothing's
think
easy
that's just a
anymore.
Microsoft problem in general because I mean, if you look at Windows 8 and some other things within the company, like what is it, Microsoft Office as well, Office 360 or whatever they call it, 365, 180, I don't know what it's called. But basically everything's going proprietary. They're trying to make sure that they get as much money as they can, so they're locking down the licenses. And then as far as with the Windows 8, you saw how many people complained with that, and they just kept on trucking, so whatever.
And I guess that on the topic of Microsoft, I'm sure all of you guys read the petition. I don't know if you read the petition, but you've seen the articles about the
Yeah,
petition
I
to
heard
bring back
about it.
the
Did you
original
guys see the
policy.
video with, what was it, Alpha Omega Sin and him going off on it?
No, I
Right, yeah,
haven't
yeah, I
seen
did
it
watch
yet.
that.
I need to check that out.
Yeah, it's crazy, and I wrote down the quote. They said, and I quote, "It's the future of gaming where you could buy games digitally, then trade, sell, or share those digital licenses." They are moving forward.
I don't. I mean, I've heard about this petition, but I haven't read into it because it feels like a bunch of dudes trolling everybody. Like,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
nobody in their right mind want the DRM back, surely. So it must be just a complete and utter load of rubbish. Like, it's just a joke. I can't. I'd like to see if there's like a genuine argument for DRM on Xbox One, but as far as I can see, like in my own head, like trying to think it through, there's just no way that can be beneficial for the consumer.
I think from what I remember reading it wasn't that they were in favor of the DRM, right? It was they were in favor of
The other crap.
the family share plan, all like the digital content type stuff they were doing, they liked.
Right.
And they even said they liked, I think some people were saying they liked that you have to log in once a day. And I'm like, why? I mean, and you know what gets me? They took it back. And I was like, okay, cool. Maybe I'll think about it in the future now. But then they said, yeah, but you still need to do a day one update online to change it back. So it's
What if
like,
you don't?
what would you say?
What if you don't?
What if you don't?
You're gonna have the Xbox that always has to get connected. Like, what if me and my friend, we decide not to do that day one patch, and all of a sudden me and my friend, we can do online sharing with our games? Sounds good to me.
I think they cancel that out. I think it's just not going to work. But, then it's like, well, what if you don't really have the internet? Or what if you're like low income or whatever it is? Then you're going to not be able to get the patch anyway. Like,
Yeah.
it's just stupid. They couldn't fucking patch it before they shipped them out. They're not made yet. Or not, completely made.
Well, maybe they'll make ISOs that you can download at Microsoft.com and burn to a DVD and do it that way, because that's what they did with the backwards compatibility patches for the 360.
Yeah, but how are you going to get that ISO if you don't have the internet?
The library.
What'd you say?
The library.
Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe. That's true. Imagine having to go... Yeah, see, this is what I'm saying. Sega never did this. Sega wasn't like, go to the library to download this ISO, burn the file so you could bring it home, so you could patch your Xbox, so you could, patch your Sega CD to play this and this, so you don't have to go online.
Patch your Sega CD.
Like, come on now. I just want to play FMV. Leave me alone. And on that note, I got to take a leak. I'll be right back.
Alright. He's literally pissed.
There you go.
God.
Anyway, like...
Yeah, I can imagine going to the library. Hey, do you guys have a TV I can borrow? I need to play some Call of Duty.
Yeah, I think this is pretty funny that these people are trying to do it. And I guess they saw some benefits to the whole always online, which still to this day I don't understand. That whole bullshit, in the cloud.
It's baloney. That's what it is.
What's in the cloud? And it's like, what the fuck is in the cloud? They never
Their heads are
explained
in
that
the
in
cloud.
detail. Yeah.
Heads are in the cloud, Good
No,
Lord.
yeah, I completely agree. I don't see the advantage to it at all. I mean, and it's the thing with, low-income families and stuff that want to have an entertainment console, and it's, you shouldn't...
Mike, did you piss in the sink?
basically... What's that?
What?
Did you piss in the sink? That was
Yeah.
very fast.
No,
Oh, right.
He can wash his hands.
the bathroom's not far. Yeah, I wash my hands. The bathroom's not too far, so. Yeah, smell them. So I have a small topic. By the way, I thought I shut the camera off, and then I walked
You did,
away.
and then when you got up, it went back on.
Yeah.
What the fuck, man? Nobody told me. Probably saw me in my underwear and shit. Did you guys see my boxes? They're pretty cool. I got Master Chief on them.
Oh,
No,
bro.
I'm just kidding. I don't.
That's
I
what I
don't like.
read.
I don't like Halo. I'm just joking. What do you call Atlas? Did you guys read about Atlas?
Oh yeah.
No.
They're filing for bankruptcy, but it's not like them. It's their subsidiary who owns them or whatever, or their father company.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like their parent company.
Yeah, their parent
basically,
company, right?
in
Now,
Japan.
you guys worried about that? Do you think it's not a big deal because somebody will just buy them out, or what?
I've never even heard of Atlas until I watched a video a week ago, so
Yeah, but
I guess it doesn't
after,
affect me.
after I looked into it, I have no doubt in my mind somebody's gonna buy that up.
Mm.
Yeah, if worse comes to worse, I'm sure somebody will pick up the rights for it. Some other Japanese corporation will pick it up because they're a company that they might be small, but they're still profitable. It isn't the company itself that's bankrupt. It's the dumbasses who own the company,
Right.
But I'm not worried for that.
Yeah, I mean, I think they made a kind of a, I don't know if you know Joe X Corn Muffin X. He's in Japan. He's a guy from Connecticut.
Oh yeah,
And,
I know him. Yeah.
He's really cool. I like him a lot. We talk online, and he said he did this whole video, and he's like, I'm in Japan. I kind of know the whole scene. He said, and that's funny. The Happy Console Gamer wrote to me while I was in this chat. That's funny. Anyway, he said, it's not really a big deal because another company will buy them, and it's just the parent company. It's not Atlas themselves. And then he said, I love Johnny Millennium, which is why it's funny. He just emailed me. he said, I love Johnny Millennium, the Happy Console Gamer, but he kind of jumped the gun because he did this whole video about how Atlas is down the tubes, that's it, we're going to lose all of our favorite games. And then he was like, no, man, you didn't read into it enough. Like, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but you didn't read into the whole thing enough. So it was kind of interesting, you know? The whole
Yeah, I
thing's
saw
kinda
that
weird.
video because he was just basically translating, the documents and the different internet reports from Japan. And
Yeah.
he was saying, and people they misunderstood what they basically said, and they took everything like out of proportion. But that happens. I could understand if you're a big fan of a company. I know Johnny's a big fan of Atlas, so he probably had like like a bad reaction at first, and
Yeah. He should pay us for this advertising, too. Just kidding, just kidding.
What?
So,
Huh.
are we coming up with an anniversary right now on something? Soon?
What?
Isn't there an anniversary for Nintendo, you were saying?
Oh,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
in October I think is when it is. But yeah, I guess I can't do math either. So
I don't think that was on camera, so we wouldn't have known that had you just said it.
hey, but I mean,
That wasn't live before.
now the world knows.
Yeah, we were all naked before you got here, Keith. You missed out.
She was trolling for Xbox, or I'm sorry, X-Men comics, and then we took a game over there to have it resurface because she goes and she buys the game, and like 3 months later she puts it in, and like it scratched all the Hades and back. I mean, it's just terrible. And it was a Haunted Mansion on PlayStation 2. So it's like we put it in, and the loading, like, the splash screen for the company, it's just skipping, and it was just terrible. So we took it by there to get it resurfaced, and evidently there's a line of people to get it resurfaced. So then she starts checking out X-Men comics and got like, I don't know, 6 comics or something like that. And then I came home and got here right at 8 o'clock.
Oh yeah, you're at 8 o'clock there. I forgot. No, so we have Cody. Where are you located?
West Virginia.
And then Israel's in Miami,
Orlando.
Orlando, Oklahoma, right?
Yeah.
And where in the UK again?
It's northwest London.
Northwest London. Oh, so do you use the term Bobby Dazzler?
No, not personally.
But you know of the term, like it's something.
Yeah, I know the term. I know the
Oh, okay. I mean, I think you're a right Bobby Dazzler,
term. Well, thank you very much.
but I don't know if anyone else knows what that means.
Nah, I have no
So
idea.
is that like a UK twat would be saying Bobby Dazzler? Is that what you're saying?
No. It's just a slang term, isn't it? So yeah, it's it's basically you're good, or you're good at what you do, or whatever.
Okay, but I mean, it's not something you use because you think it's stupid, or it's just
No,
not
no,
your-
it's kind of like, I'd say it was sort of like an old term. So like,
Oh,
know,
okay.
So is that like the equivalent of Susie Homemaker here?
Uh,
Yeah.
I don't know. There's this guy I really like on YouTube, Woodland37, Carl. I don't know if you guys know him. And he's in the UK, and he's in the North, I believe, as well. And he says it all the time. When he talks about a good video game, he grabs it and he picks it up and he's like, "This is a right Bobby Dazzler." And then his daughter pops out of nowhere and goes, "Ah!" And starts, like screaming.
Like
She's
the
really,
toasty?
yeah, it's kind of like Dan Forden from Mortal Kombat. And so I was like, I gotta start using this word. And then like the people from America make fun of him because they don't know what the fuck he's getting at. So now they're like making videos about him saying Bobby Dazzler, and I just thought it was interesting. They were like making a joke, like they were making a joke about it, Patamus, and I was like, I don't know what the fuck's going on now. So I was just curious. I was just
Yeah,
wondering.
no, that's fair enough. I'm sure you're going to use terms that I'm going to have to be like, what, at some point. So
I'm gonna Google that.
yeah.
Google Translate.
Yeah, Google Translate.
American English to English English.
Queen's language.
Oh Lord. So here's a question I asked somebody earlier. Do you guys know if there is, and if so, please let me know, a site or someone that prints reproduction gaming labels like for cartridges. Because I don't know if you can see it or not, but this game is in terrible shape on the front, and I don't know. I'm just looking to replace the label.
There is
That's copyright
places.
infringement.
I went on eBay and I looked it up, and there are a few reproduction labels, but they're for like Majora's Mask and like Conker's Bad Fur Day and things like that.
There's places that do it, but I actually watched a video not too long ago on YouTube. I could send it to you after the on-air bullshit goes off, and it's some guy that teaches you how to print with a photo machine and then glue, unstick the old one and stick the new one on, and you can do it all yourself.
Cool.
So I'll send it to you. I can't think of the guy's name off the top of my head, but he has a whole video on how to do it.
Yeah, you could check the cover project. Is it .net or .com? They have a bunch of like labels and box art, different things like that. They don't have like a step-by-step process to glue it and stuff, but they just have the stuff up there.
Oh man. So what else is very interesting to you guys?
Action-packed Saturday night right here.
I'm saying.
I'm sending you the email right now, Cody. You're gonna get it in a minute.
Oh, cool, man. I won't watch it on air because that would be obnoxious.
Do it.
That's like getting up to take a leak on the air.
Yeah. Oh man.
Now that not half the world who watches this sees me in my fucking boxers.
Yeah, now we actually have a viewer, so.
Oh man.
One
Yeah,
viewer.
it says one
Keep us
viewer.
posted.
Oh shit, big timers here.
Where do you see that?
Like, I guess on my end, since I'm hosting it, it says like one viewer. But what
Oh.
sucks about this, I've been trying to figure out how the hell do I interact with them, because I did one of these like months ago, and some buddies of mine, they were like, they left like a bunch of comments, and I was like, what the fuck? I never saw those.
You can't like pop open the window and read the chat.
Let me check if I could like pop open and see if it's on YouTube or something.
Maybe that's it.
But
Maybe it's on YouTube.
I've been trying to like find out how to like read these while people are there and like interact with people.
I think it's through YouTube because I went on one recently and
Yeah, I've watched some live ones on YouTube before.
they were using Google Hangout because I remember the little
Yeah.
thing in the corner.
I just don't know how to read them. Let me see.
And all of Sega Driven's fan base is going to be asleep right now. So there goes.
Yeah.
Do you work tomorrow, Lewis?
No. I work 5-day week, so Monday to Friday, and yeah, so it's Sunday now, but, but
Right.
it's early Sunday.
Right. I'm gonna after this is done, I'm gonna go watch some fucking Sonny Chiba movies. Does anyone like Sonny Chiba?
Not familiar with
I haven't
Sonny
watched any
Chiba.
myself.
Couldn't say I know him. Or her.
It's like the Japanese equivalent of Bruce Lee, except he's angrier.
Angrier.
Oh, okay.
Angry.
That sounds awesome.
He did this movie called The Street Fighter, and they mentioned it in that movie True Romance, and he punches some dude in the head, and then it cuts to an X-ray of someone getting their head smashed in and cracking open. It's like really goofy, but so I was like, oh, The Street Fighter. I had no idea what it was, and then I watched like a trilogy of them. Then he does all these other goofy, kung fu flicks. But supposedly he knows his shit, and he's an actual. He was in Kill Bill. He was a sushi chef.
Oh, okay.
That's Sonny Chiba.
Oh, okay.
Any luck on that, Is?
Nope.
In the meantime, I'll show you guys my new favorite system because it took the Sega Saturn over.
The Apple Pippin Bandai.
The Sega Pico.
Pico. All
Oh
right.
my god.
So what all games
Actually-
you have for it?
I actually found that at Goodwill for like 50 cents. So.
Wow.
God, I gotta be moving where you live, man.
Not until I got it home did I realize that it was like legitimately first party, and there was even a Sonic game made for it. It's not a very good game.
There's two, isn't there? There's like Tales of the Music Maker or something,
Yeah.
and I can't remember the Sonic one off the top of my head.
But I never I didn't realize, but I got online and found out just how hard it is to get games for the damn thing. 'Cause there's a guy on eBay selling, like, it has to be half the collection for like $70, and I'm thinking I don't want to pay $70 for something that was marketed towards like 10 and under. So I'm trying to talk him down, but so far no luck. Mike, I need you over here to negotiate with people on eBay to get my prices down because you seem to be very good at it.
I am. I'm pretty good at haggling eBay people. They're like, I want $20. I'm like, I give you $12 and a bag of Cheetos, you know. And then I tend to, I don't know, I email them. You know, it's worth a shot. You email them, you say, listen, man, would you do whatever? Even if they don't have a best offer up, I've actually gotten at least a few dollars off, you know, in the past for anything. I don't know. It usually works. It usually works.
This guy's just like, I emailed him once, and he's like, no, man, I can't go down on the price because, I mean, these are so rare. Like, it's not rare, the people just don't sell them because they don't know they're worth anything.
Mm.
I can't see anybody even caring. I mean, no offense to you for buying it, but it seemed like a cool concept, but I don't see, you know, people our age actually utilizing it once you buy it. It would more or less just be to buy it and have it for a collector item.
Yeah, the only video on YouTube that I found that was worth a few minutes was who did the video? Gamester81, I think, did the video on it, and he had a few games. But yeah, it's mainly just a showpiece.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of just, it's like that stupid. Do you guys remember that? Like, I used to love these things, but I never had any friends. Those you guys are my only friends, just so you know. The text messaging thing, like those stupid little keyboards, like the horoscopes and like the calendars built in.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
right,
okay.
yeah.
They had a Sega one, and people, I think it's like an IR 7000 or something, and people still buy them just because it says Sega on it.
Huh.
You know, again, I won't have anyone to use it with, but if I
You
saw it,
with
I'd
your
buy it.
wife in the next room.
That wasn't my wife.
Hey,
Ghost.
That was the maid.
yeah.
I'm just kidding. I'm just
I
kidding.
think your tea's probably getting cold. You should have
Such
one
a
of those.
chauvinist, Mike.
No, I'm just jiving.
My wife's the maid in this place.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. She's the best. I love my wife. She's great. She's great.
So, interesting fact, I just rolled over to 150 Game Gear games collected now. So
Wow.
I'm about halfway done. But
I need
now
to
it's
get mine fixed. Like the transistors in my screen have gone, and you have to hold
Yeah.
it at like a
I
max
have
grid
3
angle.
Game Gears, and they're all 3. None of them are 100% now. Like, 2 of them, the speaker doesn't work, and one of them, the screen is very, like, light. But I did have 2 TV tuners in the day when they actually worked, before the government put the kibosh on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had the TV tuner. I got it for like $3 a few months back. My system that I had since I was a kid, I actually just got the caps replaced on it, so now it works fine. I actually sent a broken one that had a sound problem as well off to a guy that is going to do like an AV mod on it where I can play it on my TV.
Oh, cool.
So
Actually, I was about to just mention that. There's this guy I'm friends with online. His name's Jonathan. Dreamcastic channel. Jonathan, you can thank me later. And, you know, because there's going to be a million people watching this. And,
Yeah, he owes us money
good catch
too.
on, man.
what'd you say?
He owes us money too.
Yes, he owes us money too. Will my ducats, yo? So he found out a way to hook up any of your systems into the TV tuner and then out into your TV. So he was playing. Oh no, not out to the TV. Something weird. He was playing his 360, I think, on his Game Gear.
Yeah, I tried to do that because it has a it's like a 1/8 inch AV input. So basically like this sucker here, if I can pull it up. Here we go. So we got video on one end and we got this thing on the other end. So yeah, I tried to do that, but for some reason it just wouldn't work on mine. I don't know. I tried to play 360 on it, but it just wasn't working.
Yeah, look up Dreamcastic channel. He has a whole video on how he hooked it up, how you could play any current console through your TV tuner with, I guess it would be composite cables. I don't know.
Yeah, because that would be the only thing it's useful for now, since unless there's like some guy running pirate channels around here, but.
My friend Aaron, he has a channel called think it's just the Gaga Man. On, but he recorded like the last moments of like UK broadcast television on the tuner last year, I think, because
Oh, cool.
yeah, they made the switch. So yeah, you can see that on his channel. I'll have to fire a link on it or something. But, yeah.
Those things were bringing so much money in too, and I had 2 of them, and it was always my thing. I was like, I'm gonna wait till like $500 and sell these suckers, and the government had to go screw the idea over. Now they're like worth $5.
For some reason,
when the good one was good.
you guys just reminded me of. Do you guys know? And this is not video game related at all. Do you guys know about that whole Max Headroom hacking incident? Do you guys remember that?
No.
There,
No.
you guys remember the show Max Headroom with the Cyberpunk, with they take the guy's memories and they put it in that robot, and then there's like not a robot, like it's like a self-aware program or something on a TV. Anyway, some guy put a mask on and he hacked into a TV station during Doctor Who, and he I guess it was during the initial run. I think it was in the 80s or something, and they cut it off, and it's him like screaming into the camera and like referencing Max Headroom, and then he pulls down his pants and he gets someone to smack him in the ass on camera, and they cut it off after like a minute because they didn't know what was happening, and they never found out who did it. It was the only time a pirate broadcaster jumped into live TV, and they never found him.
That's awesome. I'm gonna have to read about that. That's
It's called
fantastic.
the Max Headroom incident. It's very cool.
You don't want to mess with people's Doctor Who. That's a very touchy subject.
Yes, that's the truth. That's the truth.
My girlfriend just actually started watching Doctor Who on Netflix, and she's one of those girls that watches. When she starts watching a series, she'll watch it for hours, like 8 or 9 hours in a row. And when you hear it, I'm just like, tell the doctor to shut his damn mouth. I don't want to hear him talk. Like, go in his telephone booth and shut the hell up.
That's how that one is.
I think
She's been doing nip tuck for like the past 4 days. It's been nothing but 9 hours of nip tuck every day.
It's the Netflix effect.
Yeah, I think you just lost Sega Driven as a friend, Cody, with your anti-Doctor Who.
Oh no, don't even worry about that, Robert.
It's not a bad show. It's just I just get so tired of hearing about it. Like
I don't watch it at all. It's not
I
my
was
cup of
kidding.
tea.
I was just joking.
It's really weird, like hearing you guys talk about Doctor Who. It's so like synonymous with the UK and just like British culture, and then it's so big like everywhere now. So yeah.
Honestly, I've never seen an episode of it before.
Me
So
either.
yeah, I've
Same
never
here.
seen anything of it.
We're so uncultured.
either.
I
I
think
want to
this is,
see it.
It's just crappy sci-fi. Don't worry about
this
it.
is what we need to do. We need to get Sonic Yoda. We could all just really be quiet for like 5-10 minutes. Sonic Yoda has to critique us about why the United States sucks and like what is better in the UK. You know, maybe talk to us about some things we don't know about. I think this is a great idea. Sonic Yoda says.
World podcaster.
I
So,
recommend
Lois,
you a lot of British comedy if you want. So yeah.
Like the young ones.
Oh man, yes.
I love that show.
The Young Ones is awesome.
Hey,
You ever
Lois,
watch not the 9 o'clock news?
does Lewis drink? Do you
Yeah, I drink.
What's your favorite local beer?
Oh, local beer. God, I don't drink local beer. I just drink whatever crap lager I can get in the. Oh, that's Budweiser. Or
So you
something.
drink Budweiser?
yeah. Pretty much.
Well, that's no fun. You're supposed to say, oh, there's this weird experimental guy like 3 houses down the road and he makes this amazing.
You don't know me very well, Keith.
No, I don't. That's right.
Crap beer and pizza. That's how it goes.
So Budweiser and pizza.
Sounds like you, Keithy, except you might have some FMV going.
I usually, I usually avoid the domestic, so I try to get some like really hotsy-totsy, snooty import that's like $25 for a 4-pack.
Yeah, I don't really drink local. But most of my favorite beers are like Japanese, to be honest with you. So Sapporo
okay.
and just the bloody Asahi, really nice. So yeah, the dry beers, man. But yeah.
There you go.
And I got time for FMV. Road Avengers, awesome. Actually, it's not called Road Avenger where you guys are, is it? It's called Road Blaster.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't realize that.
No, it is called Road Avenger, isn't it?
It's
Isn't
called
it?
both. It's
Oh,
one
right,
thing
okay.
for the
It's
Mega
Road
CD,
Blaster in Japan, I think.
and it's
Oh, right.
another thing for the Sega CD.
Because they re-released it on iOS and it's called Road Blaster, and I was
Oh,
like,
really?
oh, that must be the. You should honestly get it on iOS because it's the proper like transfer from the animation.
Huh.
So it's not like the low quality that you get like on Mega CD and stuff. So it's really high res.
Be back
And
once.
I imagine it looks really nice on an iPad.
Yeah, when I was at Vintage Stock an hour ago, I saw that they had Dragon's Lair on Blu-ray. Spare no expense. In HD.
Yeah. You can. It's like a special edition now, isn't it? Like
I had no idea.
Yeah. I mean, that's been released on so many things. I think I keep seeing it on a GameCube. There's like a GameCube
Yeah, I
version.
actually just bought Dragon's Lair on GameCube last week.
Ah, right. Well, there you go.
I had to see what it was because obviously I can't afford
How much did you pay for it?
$12.
Well, that's about $1 a minute. So
Yeah.
I think it's about 12 minutes. So.
Yeah.
Just figuring out what doesn't kill you.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, the Mega CD version of that is really rare over here. Like, massively rare in the PAL regions.
Oh, really? Huh.
So yeah, I've been, it's one of those ones I've been tracking down for quite a while, and
I guess,
I can't really find it like under £100.
Yeah, the NTSC version is like, I don't know, $10 a piece on eBay.
Yeah. If there was a way I could import Mega CD games and get them to run like easily, I would be doing it this way. Because Snatcher's quite common where you are, isn't it?
No.
Like you don't. No, is it not? Is it still quite rare?
That's one of the more rare ones.
Because that is like top 3 rare in Power
Yeah,
Region. So
the Snatcher and the Kato Squadron, whatever. And then,
oh, really? That's not too rare in Power Region. So, yeah.
Huh. Yeah, those two are usually like $300 a piece.
Yeah, I mean that's what you're looking at for Snatcher. Luckily, I've got a Japanese version on Saturn, but obviously you can't understand whatever the hell's going on because I don't read Japanese. But yeah, no, because I holidayed in Tokyo a couple of years ago, and it was like 100 yen in a bargain bin. So I was like, yeah, I'll have that. That's about, I don't know, 80 cents, something like that. So, not a bad find. Along with things like Dragon Force for Saturn as well. It was like 200 yen. But yeah, it's a lot cheaper when you locally source things.
Yeah, one of these days, whenever Mike's hard up for finances, he'll be able to sell all that crap and make bank.
Yeah. God, if I
wonder
could
if he's
go
going for a
back,
piss again.
if I could go back 5-6 years and like prevent my mother's house from burning down, I would be rolling in how great things would be right now. Because when I look at some of the Saturn prices, I'm just thinking, if I'm ever down on my luck again, because I pretty much pieced that Saturn collection in 3 parts, and in the end, I think I got like 17K out of it.
Wow.
Which it wasn't bad.
No, not bad at all.
It just it was a pain in the ass because I had to travel like to another state for one guy, and then I had to like it was this gigantic box to put the rest of the games in to ship to this guy in Alaska, and it cost me like $75 to ship the damn thing, and like I was happy to sell it, but when I look at the prices now, especially like I had like a sealed copy of Panzer Dragoon, the first one on Saturn, because that's the first system I ever had that I actually played a lot of, and I don't even know what the price of a complete collection is now. Mine wasn't fully complete, but it was about 95%.
Wow. I apologize for walking away for a moment. What did I miss besides Cody's very, very Mother Teresa-like?
Hey, I should.
You missed us talking about how one of these days you're gonna sell all your Sega CD games and make bank.
No way.
Well, you're just gonna make bank on Snatcher and KO Squadron, but the rest of them, it's like pennies to the dollar. The rest of them, you'll have to pay me to take them off of your hands.
I found out Mad Dog McCree 2 is like $100 or $200. Radical Rex is like 300.
Really?
Yeah, and
Wow.
I have that in a case. Most of them, I'd say 90%, 95% are in cases with manuals. There's a few that were like shitty, like the encyclopedia games and like, you know, just crappier games I didn't really care about, and those are just loose. But most of them are complete, and I couldn't believe some of these prices. People getting $500 for one game. I was like, that's almost tempting. I mean, I wouldn't do it, but it's tempting.
So,
I never even heard
with
of
like
Radical Rex. What was that?
with like a Sewer Shark or a Night Trap or all those, do you still have the cardboard boxes on those in pretty decent condition, or?
Oh yeah, I got both releases of Night Trap, the red one and the blue re-release, and those are both complete. Oh hey Stella, and then the uh, the Sewer Shark I have like the little case,
Yeah.
and I think I don't know if I have a big case for it, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, I just won the red Night Trap today, so I'm pretty excited about that.
Yeah, yeah, I saw that on your thing on your Facebook.
Yeah.
We've been podcast bombed.
Yeah, but I'm sorry. Oh, Radical Rex is like a side-scrolling. It's kind of like Menace Beach with a dinosaur.
Oh, okay.
Is this porn right now?
Yeah, it's a sexy black bitch.
God.
She's
I wish I
looking
would
at
have found a, or sort of found one of the nice, rare NES games that people actually want. Because Menace Beach, I guess, is rare, but nobody wants the damn thing.
Well, yeah, that's a weird one, you know.
Oh, what's weird about it too is, like when you open it up and it has a cartridge sleeve, but it was manufactured, it was made by Color Dreams before they went to Wisdom Tree, but the sleeve is like Sunday Fun Day. It's like it's blue. So I wonder if they also had that at that yard sale and they sold it. I wish I would have got up a little bit earlier and went there because there was a bunch of stuff that the lady was telling me that she sold off, and I was kind of kicking myself for it.
I hate that.
Yeah. Snooze, you lose.
Yeah, I think Israel, man, you've been so quiet. You're the host, and you're being so quiet tonight. Is everything okay? You have any problems?
Yeah,
You want to
everything's
talk?
great. Yeah.
My name's Israel,
Good.
and I have a problem.
But I was gonna ask you guys a question since you're all big Sega fans. I want to beef up my Dreamcast collection. You guys got any recommendations?
Oh yeah.
Karis.
Oh yeah. What kind of games you mean? Anything or?
Anything, pretty much.
I haven't played Skies of Arcadia yet, but I hear amazing things.
Mm-hmm.
Shenmue,
Played
obviously.
some.
Yeah, I got that one.
Shenmue 2, the European version. Omicron, the Nomad Soul is pretty good for a PC port. I love the music in it, and the setting is kind of cyberpunk, so I like that a lot. What else do I have I love? Oh, Project Justice, Rival Schools 2, I think it is.
Mm-hmm.
Good game.
Shit, what else? Hold on, I'm logging on my collection and looking it up right now. Hold on.
Brother.
I know I'm taking up all the airtime. I apologize. Hold on, it's opening.
So definitely check out some of the indie stuff because there's been a lot of new releases. MG Dev Direct. Some of their stuff's been excellent, like Fast Striker and Gunlord. Gunlord's are excellent. I think you can still get Last Hope Pink Bullets from them. Red Spot Games released Sternwind recently, another shooter. That's really good.
Yeah, I heard that was very good.
Yeah, really worth the effort.
I really like Fire Pro Wrestling D. It's a Japanese wrestling game. It's it doesn't look great. It's like that old-fashioned wrestling type stuff. Phantasy Star Online or whatnot. Is it online or Universe? Online. Universe is on 360.
Online. Yeah.
Those are still online. I go on this website a lot, Dreamcast-talk.com, and you could actually still play with a broadband adapter about 4 games online, and you could still play with the dial-up about 5 or 6 games. And they just got Planet Ring. I'm sure Lewis probably knows of this one. It's only a UK release. They just did the new servers, and it's online now with dial-up. So you can still play games online with your Dreamcast.
It's pretty sweet. I didn't know
I wish I
that.
could find a broadband adapter, but everywhere I search online, there's never one up for sale.
I got one for about $90 about 3-4 months ago, I think, something like that, and I bought it because it's upwards of 100 always.
Oh yeah.
And I could play Quake with it, and I think Phantasy Star are the only 2 I think that support broadband. There might be one more, but I don't remember. But they're private servers, you know.
Yeah.
Anyone else have Dreamcast recommendations for the Ismeister General?
Yeah, Ikaruga, definitely.
Oh,
Good one.
Pick that one up. That is a great shmup, man. Hard as shit too. It's like one of the hardest games I've played.
It's a treasure game, man. They just don't put a foot wrong. I don't think they've made a bad game.
Yeah, I mean, it makes it even worse is like because when you're playing it, you can only kill certain enemies with that color ship. So you could just shoot the shit out of enemies, and you can't kill them unless you're that color. So
Yeah, there's a color mechanic. So like when you're white, you can only
it's
shoot white.
extremely fast-paced. I like it a lot though.
Yeah, great game.
Yeah.
And Egg is really good as well. Elemental Gimmick Gear.
There too. I bought that for $5 when I worked at GameStop, and now I went and looked for it after I bought my Dreamcast back. I'm like, I gotta buy this, and it was fucking $30. I was like, what's going on? So I own it, but now I had to rebuy it. But it was $30. It must have went from being nobody cared about it to now it's hard to get, hard to come by.
It's usually
Yeah, it's crazy because with the Dreamcast, there's a lot of like common games, but like there's not that many rare, expensive games. But the ones that are rare and expensive are damn expensive.
Yeah. I would also recommend if you like goofy, kind of like old school, like fighting Final Fight type games, Zombie Revenge and Dynamite Cop 2. Or Dynamite Cop, because it's Dynamite Deca 2. I would recommend those as well. They're fun. I like goofy shit like that.
Oh, and by far the greatest game ever on Dreamcast, Virtua Tennis, just so you can play the bowling.
I actually got that one recently.
Play the bowling. It's the best part.
I haven't played the bowling yet. I gotta try that out.
What about Kiss Psycho Circus?
Oh, it wasn't very good.
It's like Kiss Duke Nukem. You can't tell me that's not good.
It just wasn't that good.
Yeah, I saw a review for that on YouTube, and I was trying to figure out what's going on with that, but whatever.
I'll tell you, Mike, the game that you put up earlier with the dual sticks, man, that game looks badass.
That's Virtual On. Yeah, I have the dual sticks I got in the mail, and
cool.
I bought that. I bought Frame Gride, and I was like, oh, Frame Gride supports it, but it doesn't. It's only Virtual On.
Oh right.
So that was disappointing.
I know they're very specific because the whole point of the sticks is it's the arcade controls essentially. So
yeah.
Because they re-released I think they re-released the Dreamcast one on 360 a few years back, and there was a very very short run of new sticks for the 360.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
They are worth an absolute bomb now. If you ever see one going cheap, you're sitting on a net.
So how much were the sticks when they originally came out on the Dreamcast? Does anybody remember the actual price?
I don't know, but the new ones were $500 a pop.
Whoa.
New.
Sheesh.
What?
Reminds me of that Met game that came out on Xbox where it was like $300 and you got the controller in the game.
Steel Battalion?
Yeah. So
oh my god.
And everybody's like, oh, this is going to be the coolest thing ever, and they're going to be able to use this controller for all these other games, and that was the only game that utilized that controller.
Yeah. I had a friend who had one, the only guy I knew, and he fucking hulked this thing out of his closet or something. And he puts it down, he goes, watch this, and he starts doing all this shit, and then he's like, oh man, I got a fire in the cockpit, and he pushes the button, and the fire extinguisher goes off, and I'm like, that's interesting, but I don't really, I didn't see the point, $300.
It costs as much as a freaking console.
It was nuts, yeah. It was.
Yeah, I
They
remember
released a
seeing on the
sequel for
show.
Kinect, man.
Yeah, that shit
Yeah, I heard that
was
was terrible.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. You go from like so many buttons that do fucking nothing to no buttons, and it's terrible.
Uh,
So yeah, lots of Dreamcast recommendations, man. I mean, I got a lot of Japanese stuff because I tend to find the Japanese stuff is at like a quarter of the price of the rare American games.
Yeah, yeah.
And if you
All
can
the
play
Capcom,
them, yeah,
all the Capcom fighters are really cheap in Japan. Like
Oh,
all the Street
yeah.
Fighter Third Strike and what's it, Marvel vs. Capcom 2. It's a lot easier to get Japanese.
definitely, definitely. They're like not even close in terms of price. And now when
Yeah,
they're,
yeah.
I mean, I don't like digital gaming, but when they release things digitally, it seems like the price is now dropping for the old stuff. Like I just saw Dungeons and Dragons on the Sega Saturn had gotten released on Xbox Live and PSN, and it's I think $15, on there. And I think it used to be like 100 and up on the Saturn. Now it's only $80. So I mean,
Well, it helps the collectors. So.
yeah, I mean, I want to buy it anyway. I'm hoping to get it for like 40 or 50. I don't really want to spend 80, but
Yeah.
we'll see.
Now falling, they'll put Snatcher and KO Squadron up on there.
For
And
what?
Mad Dog 2.
What do you mean?
I said now if only they'll put the Snatcher, Mad Dog 2, and all those other ones on Xbox Live, then that'll bring the value down on those.
See, that's
Yeah,
the thing. The Sega CD games are so niche or niche or whatever
Yeah, yeah.
that no one's going to put like a FMV game, like Mad Dog. They might do Snatcher eventually. They should. That game would be
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
But, Mad Dog and like KO Flying Squadrons 2 Japanese, I don't think they'd really put that back out.
I really wish that they would do some of that with some of those FMV games because it would be nice to be able to see what the vision would be because now we'd be able to utilize that particular vision that those directors or publishers or developers had because, I'm sure that they had this big vision, but then they were reduced to this little 3-inch square box on the screen.
Yeah, yeah.
It'd be cool to see it in full, DVD quality, 480i. I don't know. It would be cool to see, like, especially Ground Zero. That was a slick game.
That was a great game. I've been trying to track down Ghost David Underwood from Sewer Shark. No one can find him. He's not online, nothing. Like, I've done a bunch of interviews. Like, not a bunch. Take it back. Maybe a handful of interviews. Thousands.
Millions.
I've done a handful of interviews on my little website that I'll type up afterwards, like via email, and like put on there in like text form. And like I've gotten Tony Van from he made like Wild Woody and Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. I got like Michael Thomason who works for Good Deal Games and buys all the rights to the Sega CD titles and then resells them. And I've helped him port some over to the Sega CD now. And one more guy, Doug Lanford, who did he's at opusgames.com. I forget what he did on the Sega CD. But anyway, I really wanted to find David Underwood because his face was like all over everything for a long time on the Sega CD, but he's just not on the web. I can't find him anywhere.
Go to Twitter @Ghost.
Is that you?
I'm kidding. I don't have it. Look at him. He's actually typing.
I am.
it's gonna show up.
That'd be fine if it really was him. There's like a blue chat mark and everything.
Why am I just finding fat girl porn? What is this?
Oh god.
And then you tried to get an interview with Tom Zito and got denied.
Yeah, he won't even respond to me. Digital Pictures, Tom Zito, Digital Pictures fame won't even respond. I'm like, oh, I love your games, tons of nostalgia, and he's like, thank you. That's all he wrote. And then like I write back, can I get like a 5-question like interview with you for my site? And he was just like denied. He just didn't respond.
He actually wrote me back with like 2 paragraphs.
Fuck you.
I wrote him and I asked him who owned the rights to Digital Pictures because I was wondering if there was any way I could talk to that person and like buy the rights to the logo so I could feel free in exploiting the logo for all it's worth. But then he went into this big tangent on the exact life that Digital Pictures went after it quit making FMV games. So now he said it's like owned by some Canadian venture capitalist or something like that. So I don't know.
Fucking Canadians, man. No, I'm just kidding. Totally kidding. Some of my closest friends are Canadian.
Some of my closest friends are masochists.
What?
Can't say stuff like that. You'll get thrown in jail for 8 years. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I don't
He
get the
got bailed
reference.
out though, so it's all
Don't
good.
play League of Legends.
He got bailed out. $500,000 bill. An anonymous donor sent it in.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That was that kid who said he said in passing like a year ago or something online he was gonna bomb his school or something stupid.
Something like that, yeah.
He like said like something in passing, like it was like a joke, like he was tongue in cheek.
Well, he was playing League of Legends, and some guy sent him a message. He's like, "Man, you're insane." He's like, "Yeah, man, I'm insane. I'm so insane. I'm gonna go and shoot up a bunch of kindergartners and eat their still beating hearts." And then, like, some lady, speaking of which, in Canada, called the authorities and turned him in. He's in Texas, and she's in Canada, so I don't see how that kind of plays out. But he's been sitting in jail for 4.5 months, and somebody finally put up the bail. What do you want?
He was acquitted.
He was acquitted.
There's gonna be riots.
Oh, looks like Zimmerman was acquitted.
Yeah, my dad just
Yeah.
wrote to me as well.
Facebook is going nuts.
Oh, man.
I'm the guy in Orlando, so I'm the guy who's gonna be fucked.
You better put some of that blackface back on that Cody has.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
You can
It's
borrow mine.
the whole thing's fucked up. The whole thing's fucked up on both accounts. It's just a sad thing, but I mean, you know, no one was there except them. How can you prove anything? How can you not prove it? It's just such a fucked up thing. It's
Yeah.
Yeah,
Stupid.
people are being racist on both sides of the table. You
yes, I agree, and I think that it's not about black, white, or anything else. It's about people. That's it should be looked at
People.
as it's just people. People are
People.
people, man.
People power.
I mean, look at us. Look at us. We got down south, fucking, I don't know where Virginia is. You got, Puerto Rican, Italian American, and then you got best of the best over here. I mean, so, come on. We got, we can get along. What the hell?
Yeah, there is a lot of stuff going on Facebook. Oh, well, whatever.
Yeah, I'm going to go away. I'm going to shy away from all that.
Yeah. Oh, well.
Facebook just depresses me anymore.
Yeah, but back to the previous thing, though. So yeah, so he's sitting in jail for 4.5 months getting gang raped and all this other stuff. That had to put him in solitary confinement.
He's
And
getting gang raped?
Yeah, something like that. I read something like that. So
know? That's terrible.
yeah, so they said that the bail was $500,000 bond just for that one comment. And some, like a week ago, an anonymous donor just put up the money so he could get out. So he's doing all these interviews on CNN and all this other stuff. So he's out, but he still has to stand trial for what he did.
You know what pisses me off about this? Just something you said. Not you, but you got this guy, or young adult, I guess, right? How old is he?
19.
19, says something stupid in passing as a joke, gets in trouble. Okay, so we all understand that. $500,000 bail. You have people that rape, murder, and do all kinds of crazy shit to people, to children. You got people that abuse animals, that kill animals. They'll take your dog and murder it. They get $500 bail, and they're out in a week, and they get some stupid fine. What the fuck is wrong with our world?
It's Texas, man. It's Texas.
$500,000 for a comment he made
It's Texas.
in
It's
passing.
fucking ridiculous. I think they just
It's
want to
like
make
getting
an
hanging from a
example.
tree.
You kill us, we kill you back.
They just want to make an example out of the kid.
Yeah.
This is not completely related, but you guys remember when the whole Napster and piracy and all that shit, and how they would track people down, and it'd be a single mother who downloaded 3
Yeah, that
songs.
lady.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you remember that?
Yeah.
It's the same situation. They just try to target somebody and make an example out of them. It's fucking ridiculous.
That's true. Yeah, I mean that's just nuts, man. I don't get it. Then, like I said, I'm big. I'm a big animal lover. I don't know how you guys or pets and stuff, but we're big animal advocates. We go to a lot of events, and my wife's involved in the field. She's a veterinary technician, and you get people that are murdering pets and hanging them and killing them, and then they get out right away, and it's nothing happens to them. It's that was a life. I understand it's not a human life, but I don't see the difference too much anyway. But that's not the point. These people are doing horrific things, and they're getting out on bail, which only leads to worse shit. But this kid says something in passing, gets fucking $500,000 bail? That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know, man. Did you hear a lot about this over there, Lewis, or not really, with that kid?
I've read bits and pieces, and yeah, I was aware of it, but I had full details passed in. I didn't realise he was acquitted. So.
Is the UK as
He
foolish?
wasn't
with their-
acquitted. Tori said somebody else was acquitted.
Oh, okay, sorry. Right.
Yeah, no, that guy, he still has to stand trial. It's just he just got bailed out because his family said $500,000. There's no way we can afford that, so
Yeah.
they weren't able to bail him out.
But I mean, how is the judicial system there, Lewis, compared to here in terms of stupid shit like that?
Oh, we get just as daft stuff, man. I mean, like, there was a thing recently where a soldier was targeted like by this
I
gang, and they killed him on the street.
Yeah,
And
they beheaded him, right?
I don't know if it was. I don't think it was that like extreme. I think that he got stabbed or something. But it was in plain view of public. They wanted to be caught, and they sensationalized the whole fucking thing. And the poor family of those people, of the guy that died, they had to grieve while the whole country was like all over that story, like, and they didn't get any privacy, and it was just blown out of proportion. Like everybody was like in on it, like everybody wanted to say their bit and do some grieving. And then we've got like a sensationalist party called UKIP, which is like they're like get rid of the immigrants, and they're very racist and stuff, and they used that whole thing to basically to spread their racist views. Essentially, it's like there's a black guy that killed a soldier, so all the black guys need to get out of the country and stuff.
This was the one up in it wasn't Leeds, but it was around there, right?
No, I think it's London. I think it was the central London.
Okay, because I have a friend who said she was at a gym across the street and she saw like stuff going down and had no idea what was happening. Now I don't know if she was just saying it like she was close by or she actually was right there.
Yeah.
But
I don't
that's.
But yeah, no,
insane.
I mean it's the same anywhere. Like it's the press, like they sensationalize everything and make a massive deal out of it when it's nothing really. And it's, especially in that case, it was like you need to leave the family to grieve and just like let them have their time, because it's obviously a massively hard time for them. But
Right.
everybody was, it was in the papers every day. Like the press were on about it. Like
They're just vultures, man. They're just,
completely.
I don't watch TV at all anymore because, in terms of that, I used to watch the news a little bit, but it just got so depressing and everything's always
I know
bad.
what you mean.
Everything's always.
I like to keep up to date with what's going on, like world events, and just read the news, like website or whatever. But I mean, I hardly watch television anymore, and I just don't have time for it, to be honest with you. It's like the thing with now, like the way we consume, media and stuff, is that I can go on YouTube and find a channel with a great show that specifies exactly to what I want to watch, and I watch that every day. So why would I even need to turn it on television anymore? Because there's no like national station doing anything about video games. So YouTube fills that hole, and I think it's great that now we've got things like this where there's loads of independent programming that you can watch for nothing, even on the internet. So yeah.
Too bad we weren't able to get Andrew in on this, because I was wanting to ask him how it's going, having all the games being taken off the shelves and banned left and right over there in Australia. You guys hear about that?
No.
Oh yeah, no, they're really sort of like harsh on it, aren't they? The Australian government, they really like hammer down on violent video games.
Yeah, they've already banned like 3 games now after those new measures went in place. So.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Because like I almost certain they got a little bit more lenient recently. Like the first 18 unrated, like uncensored game they released over there was like the new version of Ninja Gaiden 3 for Wii U, and that because I think they were originally going to censor it, and the new system or whatever they had in place meant that they could release it uncut. So I don't really follow what's going on over there, but it's a weird one because
you just shipped all your prisoners there and then kept your hands off. It was like, take all these fucktards. There you go. I mean, it's just funny to me, and then it's a bunch of I guess generations down of people who are, I guess, in this prison colony, but they will block all video games that have violence in them. You know what I mean? It's just funny.
I mean, it's weird. Like, there's that really like interests me, like when games get banned in certain places, and I mean Germany's really big on it as well. Like they were the first to introduce what's it? It was the House of the Dead House of the Dead when they changed all the color of the blood to like green and blue and stuff.
Right.
That was the Germans pushed that
Germany.
forward, and then it became the norm for like the arcade release afterwards, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Almost every single time I upload a video to YouTube, it says, this video is not available in Germany. Like, almost every single one of my videos, because it's some music or something, it's banned in Germany. So
It's because you know what it is. It's because your hair is just a little bit to the side.
don't make me bring out a toothbrush mustache. I'll
No,
just-
listen, what was his name? Got in trouble for that. He was joking around. Sandra Bullock's ex-husband. We met him. He was really nice. Jesse
See, that's
James.
the thing. That's the thing that really irritates me is because of one guy that was like the coolest mustache ever, and because of one guy now nobody can do it.
Michael Jordan did it. Michael Jordan did it in those stupid commercials.
Nobody's gonna question him.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, he's Michael Jordan. He doesn't give a fuck. I don't like the guy personally. I don't like his basketball or anything, but whatever.
You don't like the guy who basically invented the slam dunk?
No, I like the Knicks when I was a kid, and Israel knows this shit, Bronx boy. All right, when the Knicks were fucking playing the Bulls, and the Bulls were beating their ass every season, and they were losing and losing. I had a friend who said he read the newspaper when it said Jordan gets murdered or whatever, and he was so happy that he thought the Knicks were going to finally win a ring, and then it ended up being Michael Jordan's dad.
Oh.
Shit is serious in New York when it comes to sports.
I
You
hate
get
sports,
into like
but yeah.
you get into like the New York Yankees and the Boston Red Sox. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, man.
Well, do you guys have like really a ridiculous rival when it comes to the Yankees and Mets? I mean, is there like some
Yeah,
really like
there's like a rivalry there. Yeah.
There's a rivalry there, but it's more if you like Israel's saying I'm not a fan of any sports. I don't watch anything except like fake wrestling. But say, you know, when Raven's gonna kick Vampiro's ass, you know. But, in terms of that, if you go to like Boston and you wear like a Yankees jersey or something, they'll like try and fight you.
Yeah.
It's like Arsenal and fucking what is it, New East whatever. Those soccer teams, football. You know the Green Street Hooligans or whatever they're called.
I mean,
it's like you're talking about Warriors.
hooliganism isn't as bad in the UK as it used to be, but like in Scotland, for instance, Celtic versus Rangers is always a big thing. Like the fans of those teams fucking hate each other, and there'll always be like clashes and stuff. But I'm I'm gonna absolutely put myself into shit now because I don't really follow football at all, and I probably just made that fucking up. Loads of Scottish people like, you're talking out of your ass.
That's funny. Yeah, I don't know. I don't get the whole thing. It's a game. In the end of the day, it's a game. And,
Yeah.
you know, if you don't like their team, okay, you can have fun with it, but you're going to hurt someone over not liking a fucking team? The guy who's playing doesn't care about you. He's making like $20 million to kick a ball into a goal.
So have you never gotten so involved in a video game that you threw the controller?
No, I answered that question on that 10 questions from Patimus. I've never not Patimus, Phoenix. Phoenix. Yeah, I've never thrown a controller. I broke a chair once, but I've never thrown a controller.
I hurt myself usually. I usually get the controller and just like mash it into my forehead.
He's
That's
not
my
sitting
thing.
with a knife just cutting his arm. No.
I punch myself in the leg, actually. Seriously, I punch myself in the leg really hard, and then I get bruises on my leg. And then I blame it on my wife when I go to the cops. And they're like, this 90-pound vegetarian did this to you? And I'm like, yes, she's very angry.
The only time I can recall being angry at a video game, it was Halo Reach, and I actually broke the disc in half because I was so pissed off. I took the disc out of the Xbox and just snapped that shit in half. And then, like an hour after, I was like, oh my god, I just broke $40 in half.
I was gonna say, how much did you pay for it, Cody?
It's just a license, man. It's just a license.
Yeah. Now I'll tell you back to Michael Jordan. I hate him because he has a clean pair of underwear for every day of the year.
Because he's got that much money?
Well, no, because man, he probably gets so much free underwear from Hanes and shit, or whatever he does.
Thanks.
So we found out a lot of really important things during this podcast, and the main thing is Cody has underwear envy. Just
I hate that.
free ball it, yo. What are you gonna do, man?
And on that note,
And we're done.
Oh, good God. Ooh.
Oh, they're coming to get you, Lewis.
Yeah, it's me,
Oh,
man. It's the Zimmerman trial, man. They're coming to get me.
Turn off the lights and duck behind the couch.
See, I learned something new today because when Lewis said he's in the shit, I realized that UK people actually say that. Because
Oh, right.
about the extent of my exposure to UK people is Gordon Ramsay.
Oh, okay.
And
Oh,
he
that's
says we're in
horrible.
the shit all the time.
You just made an enemy.
Oh, Lord.
That's funny.
What is that, like an Americanism or something? Why is it weird that we say that?
No, I
Yeah.
just meant because Gordon Ramsay. No, who the hell likes
Oh,
him?
okay.
No.
No, I don't think anybody
Yeah, I
ever
watch
likes
his
him. I
shows.
just find him entertaining.
I don't know if
I can't say I've watched bits, but like I'm not really a fan of reality TV in general. So
have you ever written a letter to Bronson?
So you don't watch
Sorry?
the Geordie Shore?
we get it, but we have like a regional variant called a. Oh no, wait. So you're
Yeah,
talking about
Geordie
Geordie
Shore.
Shore? Yeah. I don't watch it, no, because it's like stupid people 101, and why the fuck would I want to watch
boobs.
that?
There's boobs.
I've got the internet, man. I don't need fucking Geordie Shore to see boobs, right?
Jody Shore.
It's a
Oh.
UK version of Jersey Shore.
Oh, okay. Geordie Shore, is that what you said?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I read about it, so I torrented the first season just to see what the heck this thing was. And me and my wife were watching. We're like, man, this is just crazy.
That's funny.
So it's not fair in the UK. You guys get boobs.
Yeah, like after 9, anything goes, dude.
Yeah, he gets that, and you can't fucking buy porn in your area without getting arrested.
And we can get on the internet and we can watch as much as we want, but we just can't go and actually purchase it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, what exactly is different here?
Well,
who actually buys pornography?
Yeah. Well, whenever you go to the store to purchase it in the state, they sell you the edited version, so it's called the cable porn version. So all it is just TNA. There's no actual penetration. They cut all the penetration shots.
Do they do like, in the UK, like they do like stars on like all the fucking like genitals, basically, just like put a fucking
Look
star
how
on
much.
it,
Look,
like-
they have so much class. They even put stars on people's vaginas. I mean, see, did this guy get any better?
Oh god, can't believe we're talking about porn. I have to put this on my channel. I'm like, oh great, yeah.
You're gonna have to put stars on your face. So that edit yourself out of this conversation.
That's funny.
Oh dear.
So we totally went off topic. We have like no video game related stuff on here at all today.
Yeah, completely.
It's like, yeah, let's talk about porn and George Zimmerman.
Hey, if you want to watch that video game crap, we got hundreds of videos on our channels to watch.
Good point. Good point. Be right back.
Is anybody else mad that Mike shaved his mustache? Am I the only one?
Yeah, no, I'm gutted, honestly. Like, it was a good move.
He kind of looked like that guy on American Chopper.
Oh, what's it?
The
Paul Toll.
Yeah, he looked like him.
I thought it was a great look. It was fantastic.
He just need to buy a Harley.
Yeah. Well, he was clearly going for the chopper look in his icon, so we can just pretend that the icon was him.
I will find those men. Quit terrorizing him.
I found this Shenmue soundboard, and they're all terrible, terrible clips.
Do you remember that day when the rain turned to snow?
Does it have I'm looking for sailors?
Let's have an entire podcast of just video game clips. Carry on a conversation with a soundboard.
I was thinking of doing this entire podcast while playing Sega CD or playing Xbox or something like that, but I didn't. Time was cut too close. Didn't have time to bring anything in here. So there you go.
So, Mike, you did play Fighters Mega Mix then?
It's awesome, dude. I couldn't stop playing it.
I know. It's surprisingly one of the best games I think I've played.
I'm in my computer room in the back of the house, totally separated from everything else, and there's a TV right here to the right of me, and I popped in. I'm like, oh, let me do a couple matches. I was here for 3 hours. I beat it with every character. I got all the unlockables. Oh, this is so much fun, and I just couldn't stop.
So you even played with the Daytona USA car then, huh?
I don't actually. No, I take back. I misspoke. I didn't play as all the characters. I did all those missions you have to do to unlock people. That's what I did.
Yeah.
I did all of them. There's through H or J or something. I don't know. I did them all. But very, very good game. I want to get the Gamecom version now. Ooh.
Do you really?
No.
Do you really?
Now, I saw Gamecom on eBay about over a year ago now, and it was $30 or $20 with 8 games and all this extra shit. And I was like, I'm almost tempted to buy this. And then a review I watched was telling me all this horrible stuff. I'm like, so I didn't bother. But in hindsight, I wish for $20 I would have just gotten it.
Yeah, it's a strange oddity, I suppose. If you would have actually bothered to have a little muck around with it, then I'm sure you would have got your $20 worth.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I've watched some bits and pieces. I mean, Ashens did a really in-depth review with a Gamecom, and he's trying to film the screen, and it's just the worst. There's no backlight. It's huge motion blur whenever you move screen and stuff.
Yeah, I watched his review. It was good.
Yeah. I didn't realize it was that bad.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I also was in a handheld gaming kind of craze for a little bit. I had a Neo.
Yeah.
I got upset. I actually sold this a while ago. I wish I would have kept it. I had a Neo Geo Pocket Color with 25
Dude,
games.
I was actually going to buy one recently. God.
And it was a lot of fun. I mean, it's not backlit, and I was playing the PSP a lot more, and all the games I wanted to beat, I pretty much beat, so I ended up selling it. I wish I didn't. I had so many good games for it, and all the rare, really rare stuff that was really expensive on it. So
I know they made a worm light for that. So
I had one. I sold it. Yeah. Did Israel leave, or was he just?
No, I was eating a burger, so I didn't want to be looking all nasty on
Oh,
camera.
did we totally want to see you do that?
Some people make money by eating food online for weird fetish.
Yeah, you have to eat the whole burger in 2 bites though. So
Yeah.
look at
Is it
that.
a Five Guys burger?
No, it was a McDonald's burger.
When
I lived in Florida, I don't eat meat anymore. I just eat seafood in terms of meat. But when I lived in Florida, I was a kid and I was still eating meat. They were the first place I ever saw Checkers.
Yeah.
And I thought Checkers was awesome in terms of their fries and stuff. Those spicy
Yeah,
fries.
I love their
I have
fries.
Checkers fries in the freezer right now. I got them at Walmart.
Warm them up for me and send them over.
So, did you guys hear that they're taking suggestions or voting or something like that for new characters for Tekken? And one guy is going to be a salmon guy.
Salmon?
It's on Kotaku. It says.
Oh yeah, the place we go for all of our news.
It says way back in '97 they had plans to include a new animal character in the fighting roster, a salmon. It was quickly judged too ridiculously to justify a $1 per play cost in an arcade. Well, Tekken Revolution is taking suggestions for new characters, and the fish is one of them. And his name is Shay K. and he's on the list of 10 candidates in a Facebook poll, nonetheless, people.
Well, the salmon's going to win, clearly.
Yeah, he's winning.
But it says here that they said that for some inexplicable reason, Paul is transformed into a girl, but the appearance is of a very cute girl.
That's really weird.
That's weird.
Anyway, Tekken Revolution, is this the free-to-play one on PS3?
I guess. I don't know.
Yep.
That just sounds completely Jack the Lad to me. I got my Cockney rhyming slamming book open. I'm gonna fucking school all of you guys.
Yeah.
I think you used it wrong though.
Next gen, did you guys hear of the Killer Instinct game that's going to come out?
Yeah, I saw the
Yeah.
gameplay and stuff.
Isn't that free to play too?
Yeah, but
Yeah,
you get like
it's
one
free to
character or
play.
something.
You get
Yeah.
you get Jago or Jago, whatever his name is,
Mm-hmm.
and you have to pay for everyone else separately.
Yeah, I
See,
believe so.
if they really want to be lucrative, they could say, yeah, you only get one character, but you can only do a mirror match until you unlock the rest of the guys.
Yeah, you have to pay for them.
So you have to pay for the rest of the
Right.
contenders.
You know what game I thought looked kind of interesting on the Xbox One. Actually, it was the only thing that piqued my interest on those both conferences. And I'm kind of a hard, I guess, to please person with games. I like weird stuff. I don't like the mainstream. D4 looked really cool, and then I made a Facebook page out of it, just like so that people get confused and then like my page instead of his. And so make sure to like that, guys. Anyway, I then found out it was digital only, and I'm like, I'm not gonna buy this. So I made a Facebook page for something I'm not even gonna buy. But yeah, it looked interesting. I mean, and people are like, is that related to the D series from Kenji Ino? And I'm like, no, that's D2, and Enemy
Yeah,
Zero.
see, that's
This
what
is,
I was thinking when I heard it.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
same
it's
here.
funny.
That's,
It's
I
funny.
assumed
Yeah,
straight
but
away.
it just stands for 4 words with the letter D, and it's like deadly dreams don't something die or something. I don't know, some crap, some shit like that. Oh, Cody, I can see you better. Look at that. Let me pinch those cheeks.
No. don't do that. Just thinking of something else. It'll come back to me. I don't remember.
Did you guys like my little shout out to both of you? How I broke your balls during the video?
Oh yeah.
Awesome, man. Thank you very much.
Oh, good. No, I don't. I'm not looking. Thank you. That you're welcome. But I don't mean because of shouting you out. I was like kidding around the whole time when I was talking about
Yeah,
you
no,
guys.
I like the presentation style on that one.
Okay,
Yeah,
good,
That
good.
was nice, and I picked up like 8 subscribers in like 2 hours. So that's
Nice.
It pushed me over 100, so I was really like.
Good.
chuffed with
I
that,
just
man.
cleared 500. I was so surprised.
Awesome, man.
That I don't know,
I
man.
average like 1 subscriber a month, so
I don't get it with these people, man. It's
you
nuts.
just hang on.
Yeah. Most of my
They don't do
subscribers
so
are
many
there for the
video
music.
recordings.
So basically, like, the only subscribers who probably care about my video game stuff are you guys.
Aww.
Oh.
Well, Germany loves you, but they can't watch you.
Yeah.
Oh.
So,
Yeah,
any
it's-
other gaming topics? I apologize. I cut you off. I'm sorry.
I don't care. But as far as YouTube goes, it's pretty slow for me with subscribers. It's like I don't get that much feedback, so I don't know.
A
I
big
keep
one
going.
for me was Adam Koralik. I guess just shouted me out in a video about a week or two ago. I was in Vegas, and he's like, "Dude, watch my video." And I said, "I'm in Vegas," and he was like, "Well, when you get home, watch it." And I did, and he mentions me and talks about me. Really spoke me up. So thank you, Adam. And I got every day now. It's just constant. A few here and there subs. It's crazy. This is a website I found. I've looked all of you up on it actually. Actually, I don't know if I looked up Israel. It's called Social Blade, and you're able to type in your YouTube name, and it shows you how many people subscribe to you every day, and like you know what the statistics are. It's free, and I think I've looked up maybe 2 or 3 of you actually. So check it out. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I actually
Stalking us.
Googled my YouTube name and was scrolling through the things, and I guess you, Mike, had mentioned me in a forum somewhere about like guessing games or something like that. Like I don't remember what it was, but it was like I found myself and you were talking about my Engage review, and it was like I don't know what it was.
Let me look it. I'm gonna look it up right now.
Yeah.
Look it up.
Let's see. That's weird when you find yourself. I'm trying to.
I might be able to find the website here. Maybe.
Yeah, let me know. I mean, that's funny. I don't remember posting it in a forum. I mean, maybe Dreamcast Talk.
No, it was like the background of the website I remember was like all black.
Yeah, that doesn't sound familiar at all.
Oh, I think it was Dreamcast Talk actually. It was
Okay, maybe.
video game. The topic was guess the retro video game.
Oh, okay. So yes, that
Yeah.
was Dreamcast Talk.
Yeah, I was thinking that's weird, and then I see all of these links of other websites that my videos have also went to.
That's awesome. Isn't that nice and like humbling when people start posting your shit other places?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, I just got a sub while we were doing this. Cobra Commander. Cobra La!
Shout out to Cobra Commander.
Yeah, Cobra Commander 1986, yo. What's up?
Money too.
Yeah. You owe me $5. Did anyone else have a crush on Dana Plato?
No, not at all.
I don't know who that is. Let me
Night
look her up.
Trap, Different Strokes.
Different Strokes and Night Trap? Come on.
Yeah, I have a crush on the chick that was in Plumbers Don't Wear Ties.
The blonde?
Yeah, she's hot. Well, she's not hot anymore. I saw a picture of her recently, and she's aged real bad. But man, she used to be so hot.
I had a huge crush on Dana Plato as a kid, and then she started doing like really fucked up shit and drugs and stuff, and my wife reminds me of her look-wise a little bit, so I'm always like, you look like Dana Plato, and she's like, I'm not a crackhead whore, what the fuck, because like she did drugs and like softcore porn or something, Dana Plato. But she was I thought she was so cutesy. I liked her. It's too bad she's dead. I want to see Night Trap 2.
She died in Oklahoma.
Oh, did she?
Yeah. She did the Howard Stern interview, and then her and her fiance were on their way to California, and his family lives in Oklahoma. It's actually in the same city where the tornadoes blew everything away. So they stayed over there, and while they were staying there, she took some pills and never woke up.
I've had this
And her
fucked up-
son, he died in Oklahoma too. He blew his brains out in Tulsa.
Yeah, I think it was the same day or Mother's Day or something. It was something
It
weird.
was several years later, but yeah, it was Mother's Day weekend.
A friend of mine, Angelo, he had given me a copy of something called it's really fucked up. I don't recommend you listen to it. It's called Dana Plato's Last Breath, and it's this guy who was going to do that concert that she was going to be at the next day after Howard Stern.
Yeah.
And he seems like a creep. Like he kind of tries to, like, he's a big media guy, so he tries to sensationalize bad things to make money. And he was recording her every time he called her up to do this gig, and she was all fucked up. You could hear in her voice she was on drugs and stuff. And then she's sleeping, and the fiance is trying to wake her up, and she's breathing really heavy, and they have it on tape. And then she breathes really loud and then stops, and he's saying he got her last breath on tape. So it's like really creepy when you're listening to this. And this guy like totally, what do they call that when you make money off anything, like you don't care? I can't think of the name. It's like a derogatory name. But that's
I'm not so sure. But yeah.
That's this guy, totally. I can't think of what it's called, but Dana Plato's Last Breath. Very fucked up. Are you watching it right now?
No, I'm not even gonna try that.
No, I heard something in the background running.
It's too dark in there for that. You get scared. It's the riots from the trial.
Oh, there are riots already?
I don't know.
There probably are, knowing these fucking people here. Same shit happened with Casey Anthony. There was riots for that.
Oh, was there?
Oh yeah, you're right there, ground zero for that.
Yeah.
Mm.
Fucking people in Florida, goddamn.
Now, did you choose to move to Florida, or was like your whole family was going and you just had to go, obviously?
It was like a transition from like middle school to high school, and when I was in middle school, I was like in Catholic school, and then going into high school was like really expensive. So I moved down here because my pops was down here. So
What school did you go to in the Bronx?
Our Lady of the Assumption. It's in Pelham Bay.
Oh, okay, I know Pelham Bay. Yeah, I used to be in Throgs Neck, so it's not that far.
Yeah.
That's funny.
And after hearing Oklahoma, I Googled some jokes about Oklahoma, and it
This
was
guy.
pretty rough.
Go, go, go.
Let's see. Why do ducks fly over Oklahoma upside down? Because there's
Oh.
nothing worth crapping on. Oh,
Well, you guys keep laughing, but you saw where the Saturn controllers for $5 were.
No, yeah, man, you got to
Oklahoma was like down for Saturn controllers, man.
Oh,
I'm
it's
moving
funny.
tomorrow.
I thought of you the whole time I was going to Vegas, man. I was flying Oklahoma, and I'm like, Keithy's below me right now. They could drop black ice on his house. Yeah, I was like, this plane's gonna drop like fucking turds near his house and shit. You know, I just remember going over Oklahoma and thinking of you the whole time. You were there in spirit, up in that fucking plane next to that weirdo.
There you go.
Oh, what is that? Oh.
I like how we've been on this for almost 2 hours and we haven't really talked video games.
Well, what does everybody think about the new Grand Theft Auto? There we go.
Oh, that's a good
I think it
topic.
looks
It's gonna be
awesome.
good.
I'm actually really hyped for it.
I've never been a big fan of open world games except Skyrim and Fallout, and otherwise I don't really care too much.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of RPGs because it feels like I'm doing nothing for a lot of time. So Grand Theft Auto kind of fits the bill for me because there is something going on most of the time, or I can at least go on a rampage and find my own fun.
He needs to get arrested, $500,000 bail for what he just did.
Gotta be careful.
I like to kill some prostitutes.
I just thought it was kind of cool how they have it set up that you can, like, in real time switch between characters, and if all three of your
Oh, yeah,
characters
completely.
are, like, the same heist, I thought that was pretty well done. I didn't really know how they were gonna put all three characters into it. I thought that, like, it'd be like how they unlock different islands. So I figured for like the first third of the game we're playing this guy, then the next third of the game we're playing this guy. But actually, you're playing all three of them at the same time. So.
And
Yeah.
from what I've heard, the whole like map is available to you from the get go. It
Well,
isn't like other
that's a
games
bonus.
where you have to like you were saying the bridge or whatever in
Yeah,
GTA
yeah.
3. Like, I'm digging it though. Like when I first heard of GTA 5, I was looking forward to it, but like you're saying, I was like, how the hell is this gonna work? And then now that they released this brand new trailer, I'm like, this shit looks badass. So I have it on pre-order. I know I'm gonna be picking that up.
I'm
in
just gonna hold
September.
out and get it on PS4 or Xbox One, whichever one I go with, because you know they're gonna do that, and it's gonna be
Yeah,
like
I wouldn't be
really
surprised.
bad and have like extra crap on it. So
Yeah, they could probably do that down the line because since they're like trying to work on that like PC version,
yeah,
they could just port that over easily to Xbox One and PS4.
I saw too where like they're bringing out Diablo 3 on the consoles, and they said that they're gonna hold off releasing it for PS4 and Xbox One because they want it to tailor to each console and play off each console's strengths.
Hmm.
Something I don't remember what was so special, but
They're gonna use the cloud.
yeah,
that's what's
they're gonna put
special.
their heads in
Wow.
cloud as well. Yeah.
I don't know. I hate that whole thing with gaming like that. That what do you call looked interesting? On live. Do you guys remember that? I mean, I guess it's
Yeah, I
still
remember
going
that.
on.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
got
But
the
it's like-
test system for that for free.
Oh yeah, how did you like it?
It's not bad. It's weird. I mean, it's pretty much like Steam, I guess, is what it's a precursor of Steam, which I hate Steam, by the way.
I don't know, man. I don't like digital only. I want something tangible.
Yes.
And
Yeah,
it's I mean, I'm a collector too, so I like to play games and have them and always be able to play them. I just don't like digital. It's just stupid.
I mean, I'll buy digital if it's the only option,
Right.
but I'm with you, Mike. I mean,
I think that's a generation thing.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm the same with everything though. It's not just games. It's like films, music. I
too.
need to own a thing, you know. I feel like it's mine that way.
But I think that is a generational thing though, because we grew up with that. Whenever we were coming of age, it
Yeah.
was you went to the record store to buy a CD, or you went to the game sort by game, and kids nowadays, when they want to buy music, they download it off iTunes. When they want to buy a movie, they just watch it on Netflix. So
Yeah. What? How old are you guys, by the way?
I'm 25.
23.
23.
29.
I'm 29 as
Old
well.
fuck.
I'm 29 too. So all right. You act and look a little older, like in terms of looking mature. Lewis, I thought you were a little older than 25. I think you're like 27.
It's the
Maybe
facial
it's-
hair.
Maybe
Yeah.
the facial hair. You also carry I mean, not that a 25 and a 27-year-old is a big difference, but you carry yourself, So I thought you were a little older. That's all. If I keep fucking complimenting you, your head's not gonna fit through the door.
Doesn't already, mate.
Yeah, I had a problem with my girlfriend. She will say, "Oh, you can get all these games for free online if you just emulate them." And she doesn't get, because I guess she doesn't collect anything really. That she doesn't get the actual having the game in your hand, being able to sit down at a TV and play that game. What I emulate for mainly one reason, and that's because I have a bunch of Game Gear reviews in the works right now. And I actually have the games, but I use the emulators to get the footage so that I can actually review the game.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Right. I don't know. Is she a keeper at this point because of that comment?
I mean, I'll jack around with emulators if I'm in here, because all the games are in the living room. So if she's watching TV, I might come in here and fire up the Sega CD on the computer or something like that and play some Genesis. But
yeah.
Is she a keeper because of that? I mean, if my wife kept me from my Sega CD, I mean, I don't know. I might have to double switch her and like throw her into a closet or something.
Well, as I said, man, I mean, she's just like Cody's woman. She'll find some show on Netflix, and then it's just 9 hours straight every day of watching that show. So,
Yeah, good
and
God.
she keeps on watching until she finishes it. So, as I said, like a week ago, she discovered Nip Tuck. So that's all it's been every day is Nip Tuck.
As long as it's not
before
like
that-
Glee or something.
Yeah, before that, she was watching what was it? I can't remember what it was, but before that one, she was watching Trailer Park Boys. So then I couldn't get anything done because I was just in there watching it, and it was really frustrating.
Damn women.
We keep like bringing up TV shows. You guys want to get into like some of our favorite TV shows? Because we've mentioned like Doctor Who and Nip Tuck and all this stuff.
Yeah, I definitely, if you guys haven't checked it out, Mad Men, that's a really good AMC series, and of course, like The Walking Dead, that's pretty big around my my household. So
I've heard good things about Mad Men. I've never seen it though.
yeah, it starts
watch
off pretty
Walking Dead.
slow, but after you get past the first season is when it starts getting really good. So if you're looking to get into that one, just bear with it for the first season.
I have a hard time with those sort of recommendations because it's like, well, I've got to watch a whole season or something to get into it.
Mhm.
Is it really worth my time?
Yeah.
I have a bit of issue with that. Like,
See, with that,
the only thing I've watched.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Cody.
But I was gonna say with that season or with that series, they spend the first season just acquainting you with the characters, is pretty much because it's such a huge cast of characters.
No, that's
they
cool.
spend basically an episode just explaining one character.
That's fair enough. But yeah, no, I mean, it's just one of those things. I mean, short attention span, probably, maybe. But yeah. I mean, I watched Game of Thrones recently because everybody was going on about it, and I got into that. And that was. See, there's a lot of characters in that as well, but like the way they deal with it, they keep jumping between the different stories and stuff, and you can follow it quite well. And yeah, it drew me in pretty quickly. So yeah, I was quite into that.
Did you watch first season, second season?
Oh, all of them. all
Yeah,
three.
same here. I'm pretty big into
Yeah.
that show. Like I really liked the first season, and the second
Fantastic.
season was good, but it didn't live up to the expectations. And then the third season was like back to where the first one was. It was really good.
What show was that?
Yeah, I don't know.
What show did you say that you liked?
Game of Thrones.
Oh, Game of
Oh, I've
Thrones.
heard very good things. I've never watched it. I've heard very good things.
Mhm.
No, yeah, no. I enjoyed it a lot.
Um, some of my favorites. All my favorite stuff is old. I like Angel and Buffy.
Look.
Speaking of Buffy,
Oh.
I won the badge to the Anime Con!
Oh.
she won a contest?
Yes,
Yeah.
I did on Twitter.
Oh, the Aquabats?
No, she won a pass for this anime con that they do here. That's not really good, but
Oh, come on. Let the girl have some fucking fun.
Don't shoot her down, man.
That's like Sailor
well, I
Moon
mean,
and Glow.
she's the one who told me. I've never been. Now what?
Yeah, he doesn't go with me anywhere.
No.
Oh,
So is that the point? Okay, well there you go. One pass or one or two, and she leaves.
Oh, one
I don't
now.
know if I'm invited or not. I don't know.
Put your
My,
Naruto costume on and go.
My some of my favorite stuff in terms of shows. I love Angel and Buffy. I love Oz. I don't know if anyone watched Oz, the jail show. What else? I like Sanford and Son. I like Taxi. The Young Ones. The Planet of the Apes TV show.
Tried to watch that, actually.
What'd you say?
I tried to watch that actually, but it was on YouTube and it was like a terrible, terrible quality, so I couldn't get into it.
Oh yeah,
I can't get the full experience.
yeah, it was good. I mean, it wasn't great, but it was a good. I liked the show a lot. I wrote them both letters, and they mailed me back autographs, so that was kind of cool. The two
awesome.
main guys from the Planet of the Apes show. Trying to think of what else. Jesus. Oh, no. It depends. I don't really watch anything new. It's weird. I only watch things after they're off the air.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
about the same way. Basically, my big things I love to watch are 90s sitcoms. Like I love to watch Home Improvement, Roseanne, Seinfeld, Curb Your Enthusiasm. I guess that's from the 90s, but
Parker Lewis Can't Lose.
yeah, stuff like that.
Oh, I love it.
Trying to think of some others. I know but those are big ones. Basically, Seinfeld, Home Improvement. I'll just sit there and put it in the DVDs, just watch them to fill up time. Good stuff there.
Awesome. Who hasn't chimed in on that?
Now we have to get Lewis's UK. What can we watch from the UK that is good that will translate well to?
Oh, I don't know, man. All the stuff like I watch is old British comedy. So like Monty Python is one of my favourites. I mean, Mikey bringing up the young ones is really good. There's another show called Not the 9 O'Clock News, which is kind of like a 80s comedy based on like current events of the time and stuff. But that holds up really well now. I'm trying to think what else. The Far Show. Ever heard of The Far Show? The Far Show is a comedy series, and that's like sketch based, very similar style to Monty Python and things like that. It's really good. That's more recent. I say recent, it's probably like 90s or something. But yeah.
And I know the first set of bare tits I ever saw was on the Benny Hill show. And I would say probably 10 or 11 years old, and we used to get the BBC America over here
Right,
on
right.
cable, and the Benny Hill show came on, and I saw them, and I was like, where can I see more?
Yeah, I don't think we don't really get reruns of Benny Hill anymore. Like you can get it on DVD and stuff, but
Right.
like most of the comedy is the tamer stuff that gets reruns. So like Morecambe and Wise show, you probably would have got that on BBC America because that's like one of our big.
Oh,
It's weird. It's kind of like
you know what
it's
show I
sort of-
love that you might know?
what's that?
The IT Crowd. I watch a lot.
Oh right, yeah. I prefer the guy that writes and directs the IT Crowd, Graham Lynham. He does Father Ted as well. You ever watch Father Ted?
Never heard of it.
Oh, okay. Well, Father Ted's like an Irish comedy, and that was like the thing he did before the IT Crowd. I prefer that. Like, you should really.
You lost
Give
me,
that
Irish. Just kidding.
No, honestly, it's really worth your time. It's a very, very funny show.
I'll check it out. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, I want to get Israel talking a bit more, so I can think of one question I have. After watching a couple of your videos, um, I want to know what kind of microphone you have and where can I get it and what's the price?
The microphone that I have is, I believe, Blue Yeti microphone. You could get it on Amazon. The price is anywhere from 80 to, like, the retail price is 150, but Amazon has it anywhere from 80 to 130 every now and then. I don't know the price currently, but I waited for them. Like, I was in the market for the mic for a while, and I think once it hit like $90, I purchased it like earlier this year. So
Yeah,
Ballin'.
I just basically go off my webcam microphone, and it sucks. I actually used to use a Rock Band microphone. The range, like the pickup of the voice was so you had to be like right up on top of it, or you couldn't hear it.
You might have just one-upped me with my Xbox Vision camera that I'm using right now, so that was pretty good.
I use my iPhone as my microphone for my videos because the with the camcorder it's a little bit echoey, and the
Right.
iPhone it just has a really good pickup. So I set the iPhone on the counter next to me. So
See, I've used my iPad a few times, but I don't know an easy way of getting it um, from the iPad to your computer, and also I find that mine has a lot of white noise.
oh. Yeah, well, if it didn't have the white noise, basically you would plug it up to the computer and sync your iPad, and after it syncs, it should be in your iTunes on your music. You can
Yeah.
scroll down to voice memos and then drag and drop it to the computer.
Okay, I got you. I also saw on YouTube. I was curious whether or not I could use my Vita as like a microphone, and there was a way, but I have to get a new sound card for my computer because I dropped it with my headphones in, and it basically the headphones went inside of the computer and popped
Ouch.
it like broke the headphone jack off.
Oh.
So
So Israel, favorite TV shows? You didn't mention yours really yet, did you?
Yeah, Game of Thrones will be one currently. I'm big into Dexter. I'm dying to see the new season, but I don't have a Showtime. Let's see what else. I'm big into the Big Bang Theory. I just bought
Oh
like
yeah,
the
that's a
latest
good
season.
show.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
a good show. I like that show.
I just bought it recently, like the season 5 on Blu-ray. I was dying laughing like a couple days ago. I like marathoned it and watched like the whole season in like a day and a half. So those are pretty much it. I'm a big wrestling fan too. That's pretty much the only thing I watch like on live television,
Cool.
wrestling. So
I like wrestling too, actually. I'm sorry, I'm stealing your mic back here. I'm a huge ECW fan, but old ECW, you know, like
yeah,
the 90s and like early 2000s. And I just find nothing compares. You know, I'm not a big WWE fan. I'll watch Impact Wrestling every week, but ECW for me was just where it was at, man. When those guys come out, even now, I still just get like so enamored with their wrestling and their how like violent they were back then.
yeah, it was ridiculous back in the day.
Oh yeah, they flipped into the
ECW.
crowd and shit. Yeah, they were crazy.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of like their documentaries and stuff.
They're putting out a new Blu-ray at the end of the month. WWE is putting out ECW Volume 2.
Yeah, I'll probably check that out because I like picking those like documentaries they do. They do like a really good job with them. So
I think this is just strictly matches, but yeah, they do in between like talk about ECW and stuff. The first one was good. I have it. I have all their pay-per-views downloaded. You can't really get them anywhere. So
I actually was I went on Tommy Dreamer's website and you can rent him. So we should all just get together and like rent him out for a couple of days.
you can rent him.
Yeah, you can rent him out. There's a section on his website that just says rent Tommy Dreamer.
I'd rather have Raven. Come on.
Oh look, somebody's following me on Twitter. Who is this? I don't know this person. Okay, it's usually how it goes.
There's a really good like Mick Foley documentary on YouTube called Beyond the Map, which you can watch in like
Oh, I've seen that.
the whole thing. YouTube.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen
That
that.
was
And
that
that sort of covers like that 90s era ECW and WWE and stuff.
was a
The
big.
ECW stuff's really cool. Like it's like two different worlds of wrestling. It's really cool to see like that side of it.
Oh yeah, that was a big deal back in. I guess when it came out, the '90s or 2000s, whatever.
Yeah.
Because they actually like admitted, it was staged. That was the first time I think on, like normal production type thing. They admitted it was kind of fake, and everyone was like, "Wow, they actually put that out there." So that was a good documentary. Jake the Snake is a fucking crackhead who killed his snake by not feeding it for months.
Wow.
But,
Yeah, that
no,
he looked
I really recommend
really
it.
bad.
Great
That
documentary.
documentary. They made him look so bad.
Yeah, man.
Like recently, he got together with like DDP from WCW, and he's been clean for a while now, and he's been trying to help him out and everything. Same thing with Scott Hall. Scott Hall's been clean for a while now.
DDP on YouTube.
Yeah, I follow the DDP stuff, but it's crazy how all these wrestlers they always get into like drugs and they end up dying like at a young age or.
Yeah, I saw Scott
sad.
Hall on the first episode that DDP said that he was picking Scott Hall up into his program. Like I looked at Scott Hall and I looked back at him from when he was still in WWE, and I was like, I don't even recognize him. You know?
He looks horrible.
He looks fucking terrible. And back in the day,
It's that rock and roll lifestyle.
Yeah, in the '90s, he was jacked. Like he was a big dude, but now he's like. Yeah, it's good to see though. He's getting his shit together finally.
Yeah, it's like I guess they just have so much money. They're always on the road. I mean, and it was weird. You guys remember? Obviously, it was a big deal. The Chris Benoit thing, where he killed his wife and his kid and himself.
Yeah.
Kevin.
What was that?
Well.
Yeah, what was that?
It was Chris Benoit.
Oh yeah, it was Chris Benoit's ghost. Like, you motherfucker, I'm gonna headbutt you off the top rope. So, his wife was what was her name? Woman. She was Kevin Sullivan's wife, and Kevin Sullivan said, "Well, she's gonna be your manager, so let her go on the road with you, so you have like kind of a friendship, so that when you're in the ring, it looks like you guys know each other. So it's not like you're just two strangers." So what happens? Kevin Sullivan says, do that. She starts staying with Chris Benoit. She starts cheating on Kevin Sullivan with Chris Benoit. She divorces Kevin Sullivan, marries Chris Benoit, and then he kills her.
Wow.
And it's like, how does Kevin Sullivan feel? Like, fuck that bitch, yo, she left me? Or is it like, like, wow, I let my ex-wife go into like this lunatic's house and marry him?
Kevin Sullivan passed away? I gotta look that up.
I think he's still around.
Let me see.
Because I saw him pretty recently on something. I think he's around doing kind of like signatures and guest spots. I don't think he really wrestles too much anymore.
Trying to see.
Oh yeah, what time is it there, dude?
4:15.
Oh my god. You guys want to cut this off soon? Not that I'm not having fun, but
Yeah, sure.
Well, I'll wrap it up then.
Okay. At least you don't have to work tomorrow, you know?
Yeah, there's that.
Just
Yeah,
feel free
long
to
laying.
conk out whenever you want to, man. We're not trying to keep you awake too late.
so you guys want to cut it off at Kevin Sullivan? If Iz finds about Kevin Sullivan, we can cut it off.
Lovely bleak
He
ending.
he seems to still be alive. Yeah.
We should have a guess of who's gonna die next in terms of anyone famous. What do they call that? Death something. There's a website about it, and they take bets. We should do that, and then next time we do a podcast, we'll see who won.
So I guess I meant to ask you guys too. Is this gonna be like a weekly thing, or?
I don't know. We could do it every like couple weeks or whatever. Like
We just have to get a better time for Lewis.
Yeah. An
I
hour
need to
earlier.
Buy more energy drink, I think, is why. Is the plan.
Because I have no work on Wednesdays or Saturdays.
hmm
I'm usually good on weekends, but we'll definitely talk to each other after this,
Cool.
But, so we gonna stop here?
Yeah, I guess so. So
I mean, I could talk all night, but we don't want to keep Lewis up till noon and shit.
It's all good, guys.
Plus, you have to get your gun out and hide behind the couch.
yeah, crazy Floridians. Yeah.
Well, I'm placing my bets on Macaulay Culkin. So.
Oh, good one.
Oh.
I'm gonna say Lindsay Lohan.
Ah, shit! You took mine.
Fucking everybody was going to say that one. Oh, shit. I've got to think hard now.
Taking Amanda Bynes.
Okay, that's a good one.
I don't even know who that is. I keep hearing the name, but I don't know the whole thing with it.
She was a Disney actor, or actress, I guess, in the early 2000s, and she went on to do some stuff, but not really.
Is Israel like Tay-Zonde? He's putting his nose away from the mic to breathe. Chocolate rain.
Oh, God. Oh. What can I think?
The Prime Minister. No, I'm just kidding.
That'd be great. That would be absolutely brilliant.
They're getting a $500,000 bail, man. I'm telling you.
Actually,
I didn't say I was going to do it.
I rescind my vote. I'm going to say within the next week we're going to see Zimmerman dead.
Ooh.
Oh, they're gonna have to hide him away big time. Big time. He's gonna be hanging out with, Sammy the Bulgravano, O.J. Simpson, and
Casey.
Casey Anthony. Yeah, they're gonna be fucking neighbors. So, but it's been real, guys. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah,
Me too.
Not been bad at all. I have to do it more often.
Yeah, no, I look forward to another one.
Yes.
But
All right, so catch you guys later.
so I have to leave you guys with this.
Classy.